Hello, this is Randy at quant13macro.com. Let's go over last week and some results and how everything played out. We'll go over each of the markets and hope you can get something out of this. Results are important to us. A lot of other subscription sites or people who give stock trades, they don't necessarily show their performance, which I think is unfortunate. I still play competitive golf. I played golf in college, played football in high school, basketball in high school. Could have played basketball in college, but I just think it's important to compete at some level, and even in the market, you know, just show your performance. Even if you're had a bad week or a bad day, real traders will understand. The permanalers that always get things right, you know, they don't. They're not being for real. They're just trying to get views and stuff like that. But anyways, let's go over the results from last week. As you can see, we had a good week. We're up 3.9%, $3,700. It's around a 100K account, just to give you a frame of reference. We're up about 3,000 on the month, 3.2%. It's a pretty good month so far. Just some stats for the year. We're compounding at a 51% CAGR. The SPY is around 22%, somewhere around 22%. I don't know if that 580 is, I think it's close. But anyways, you can see the stats. Members get to see this every day. Um, we're at a Sharp ratio of 1. Correlation to the S&P 500, we tweet this out at negative 1%. It's important. We are in the 2024 Investing Championship. You can check that out. The one thing I want to show is this is what's important to us too, is by quarter, what are we compounding at? What is our Sharp and our correlation, average drawdown? Well, this is average down day. This is not average drawdown. We do calculate average drawdown, but this is our average down day and our volatility for that quarter. This is really important to us. We want this to keep coming down. Seems like it's been kind of a boring quarter for our strategy, but we're compounding at 144%, which is incredible. It is a lot of it's because of this number right here. We've kept our losses pretty small. We're doing a better job at identifying our formations, which is the discretionary part of our model. Represents 50% of it. The more systematic part is the other 50%. Pretty much it helps us cap our losses. But anyways, the ending balance, here's our chart and so on. So these are our positions going into Monday. And we'll just go through the charts. I'm not going to spend a lot of time on this because a lot of people, if you're not a member, you don't really get this. So if you're a member, I'm thinking about opening up the subscription next week to anybody who creates a login and so on. I won't use that login. I mean, you'll just use it to be able to access the site. I don't send out spam emails or anything like that. So let's get to the market. Let's start with the winner from last week, DJT. In the previous one, we talked about how it needed to hold this 15 level. It come against that rate of change bar and that rate of change bar. So we've been long ever since this level, really the 16s. So it was a big winner last week. That was probably a big reason why we had a good week. But to tell you the truth, I don't see any resistance until this rate of change bar right here, which is around the 46 level. So I expect this to be a very big winner, and it's going to back and fill and stuff like that. And our positions will get bigger and smaller throughout this whole time. Our model is all about prioritizing the best ETFs for that particular day. So if you're not a member, you won't know. So that's DJT. XLF was a big winner. We got long in the pre-market yesterday. Our model said to get long, and we had a very good day in XLF yesterday. So this was a neutral formation, and on this bar right here from Thursday the 10th. It went bullish because it went up against this rate of change bar, and bam, there we go. Very good day. XOP will be getting long again on Monday. We got out up here. Our model said to get out up here. And then it came against this area, this supply zone area right here, bounced off it. Our formation became bullish, and we were just waiting for the price trend to flip bullish before we got long. But it finally did that on Friday. The daily bar part of our model doesn't like this. It's basically green bars, decreasing volume. That means the buying is drying up. So we'll probably wait till late Monday. We're hoping we see a red bar on Monday with lower volume, and that'll be a good spot to get in at the end of the day. China, we're waiting. This is a bullish formation. We're just waiting really on the price trend to go bullish. And this is not very bullish bars right here. This is a decreasing green volume bar, which is not bullish. It's not necessarily bearish, but it definitely isn't bullish. So we're waiting on some more confirmation. The model is staying neutral right now. Tesla, you can say that we kind of screwed this up. Our model was saying to stay short. It wasn't a big position, but we were short. At the end of Thursday, I sent out a tweet, or an X, whatever they call it now. And I was like, we're going to sell the TSLQ, which is the 2 times leveraged short, just because of the event that night. Well, we should have stuck with it, but we didn't want a big rip in the other direction. When it comes to these events, I'm going to say the model is right, definitely the majority of the time, but hindsight is always 20/20. We should have kept the short, but we didn't. We sold it. I sent that tweet out late, so I had a member email me and say, hey, I didn't see the tweet till the next morning, so I was still in the short Tesla, which that's great. I love it. Made a lot of money there. Well, not a lot of money because it was somewhat of a small position, but that's a big move. So it's coming to the bottom. This rate of change bar right here, this rate of change bar right here is in a good, this is now a bullish formation. But we will not get bullish until it gives us more strength on the price trend and the daily volume bars. You can see this is as bearish as it gets. It took out the low of the previous day, and it's on increasing sell volume. So we're going to be patient with Tesla, but we think eventually it turns up. But it's still going to have to deal with this area right here. That's why we have the red bar right there. Bitcoin, it's just wild. We went neutral here. We went back to bullish here. We selling, and then we went. This went to neutral formation on this bar, and now we're back to bearish formation. But we got short at the open on Friday. It wasn't a big position because the formation is neutral and not bearish, but we did get short. It was enough. With this bar, it was a bearish trend and a bearish volume bar. But then the formation was still just neutral. So it wasn't a huge position, but we got ripped pretty good yesterday. This is now a bearish formation because it's going up against that rate of change bar. So at the close, because this bar was so bullish, it wants us to exit that short position on Monday. So we do think that we're possibly going to get a gap down right here, and we'll cover our short on that gap down, or if it is a gap up, we'll be patient with it, see if it can pull in. But the rules are that we will have to cover this short position on Monday and wait for a little bit more weakness before we get back in. But it doesn't look good for Bitcoin, and here's another one that it doesn't look good for, is gold. It's going up against this rate of change red bar. This one, which isn't that big of a deal because it's inside of it, but as you can see, this one, it tested that. tested this one, the bottom of this one. So all the significant volume is really still above price. So we'll see next week what happens. We are going to get back in a little bit of a short on GDX on Monday. But we'll see. This one's interesting because it's got a lot of room to the downside. If it can have a red bar on Monday or Tuesday and then come back and take out this high, we would definitely be a lot more bullish on this market. So XBI will be getting long on Monday. Not a huge position because the formation is still neutral, but yeah, so that's a very good buying bar. So we'll hope to see some weakness and we'll get involved. Just you probably noticed, but here's bullish formation, bearish formation, neutral. So you can actually see what the formation is at any given time. Hold on just 1 second. Okay, had to turn off the robot. He's fixing to clean the floors. But anyways, let's go to SMH. It's at the top of this rate of change bar. We've gone to neutral on the formation. This was a nice little buying bar right here. So we're going to get in a small long on Monday, and we'll just see what happens. I really think that we may see a red bar come and just flush this thing, but it's not ready yet. So we'll see what happens on Monday. And then the last one is TLT. Bonds, we're just neutral on. Not really much to say here. We were short here, covered here. So we'll just see how it pans out. But anyways, that's a quick overview of the markets. Hope it wasn't too long. I know that, by the way, these colors right here are the price trend. So that's a part of the model, and then the formations are part of the model, and then you won't see anything here, but it's the day bar volume is the third part of the model. But if you're a member, you get to see the daily evolution of all of this. But I know it may be a little confusing just hearing me run through. I'm trying to get through it quick because I don't want to spend all day going over these markets. But I think you get the gist, and I hope